Hello children, a very warm welcome again to the virtual session. So let us see what are we going to do today. We were doing the chapter 11 force and pressure. So we are going to continue with part 7. What is there in part 7? Let us see. We are going to start with textual exercise where we are going to solve questions of the NCERT. So you have to take down in your notebook children. So let us start with give two examples each of situation in which you push or pull to change the state of motion of object. As you know, push or pull will bring a change in the state of motion. And for what is force? When there is a push or a pull, that will bring a change in the state of motion, and that is called as force. So here you have to give two examples. Here you have a solution, example of situation in which you push or pull to change the state of motion of objects. Now here you will show pull situation. In order to open a drawer, we have to pull it. This action changes the state of motion of the drawer. Do you all agree with this? So in order to open a drawer, we have to pull it, and you must have been doing in your day-to-day life, and you must have realized that you have to pull the drawer and you bring the change in the state of motion of the drawer. Next example here, to draw water from the well. Must have seen in villages or in remote areas in India where they fetch water from the well for their daily needs, and we waste so much of water in city. We should be very careful. We should use water wisely. So people in villages and in remote areas, they have to fetch water far from their houses, and they have to walk long distance. So you need to be very careful with water. You need to save each and every drop of water. You should know the consequences of the wastage of water, because that is going to affect us in future. Now, to draw water from the well, the rope is pulled. This action changes the state of motion of the bucket. So, must have seen where you go for camp and you go to villages in vacations. That time you must have seen there's a pulley to draw water from the well. So, with the help of the pulley, you take a bucket and you tie it on the pulley and you put it in the well and you pull it. So that pulling action will change the state. It will bring the bucket up. You take out with the help of the pulley. So the pulling is a very good example over here. Pulling of water from the well. Next push situation you need to understand now. Push situation here. A football is pushed by the foot of a player. This action changes the state of motion of the ball. Do you all agree? Yes. You are pushing the football. This action will definitely bring, because it will go from one place to another. It will show displacement from one position to the other position. That's why it will show the change in the state of motion. Next example, in order to change the place of the heavy box from one room to another, we have to push it. This action changes the motion of the box. So a heavy box, you want to shift it to the other room and you can't lift it, then you try to push it and try to give a good amount of force and you push it. That pushing will help you to move the box in the next room where you want to keep it. So this is a good example here. You have to take it down, children. Give two examples of situations in which applied force causes a change in the shape of an object. So now you have to give two examples of situation in which applied force causes a change in the shape of an object. Let us see. The force which change the shape of an object are as follows. By pressing the clay between the hand, it deforms. So you have some activities also in school where during Ganpati festival also we use clay to make statues of Ganesha, or you do so much of clay work, colorful clays you get nowadays. So which pressing you can give any shape. Small children, they love to play with clay and they give different forms to the clay. With your creativity, you make Ganesha idols. You have so many activities which is being assessed and all that. So, during your artwork or in your clay work, you use clay. So, it can be easily pressed or deformed. That's why you can give mold it to any shape. So this force will bring the change. Your pressing with your finger will bring a change in the shape of the clay. The shape of the plastic bottle changes by squeezing it. So we must have seen, or you must have been doing this. You want to throw a plastic water bottle which you use, like suppose Bisleri water bottle. Then you try to squeeze it, or you try to deform it and throw it, because it should not be reused by anyone. So you just try to squeeze that bottle. The shape of the bottle, plastic bottle, also will change by squeezing it. So these are the two examples where you can bring the change in the shape of an object with force. Filling the blanks in the following statements. You have to write down the full statement and then you have to underline the correct answer. We will discuss now. To draw water from a well, we have to dash at the rope. Let us see the answer. You can guess, children. To draw water from a well, we have to dash at the rope. Push or pull? Pull. Pull at the rope. You have learned this. Then a charged body, dash an uncharged body towards it. What it will do? It will, charged body attracts an uncharged body towards it. And like charges will repel and unlike charges will attract. That is a law which you have learned in magnetic force and electrostatic force as well. To move a loaded trolley, we have to dash it. What you have to do? You have to pull or push it, because it says to move. So even pulling or pushing will bring some movement, it will displace the trolley. Then the north pole of a magnet dash the north pole of another magnet. So what do you think? Both are north pole will repel, because like poles will always, like poles will always repel, unlike poles will attract. So this is your answer. You have to underline the answer, and with the full statement you have to write it in your notebook, children. Now the archer stretches her bow while taking aim at the target. She then releases the arrow, which begins to move towards the target. Based on this information, fill up the gaps in the following statement using the following terms. Now terms are given to you. You have to do. You have to fill the blanks there in the gaps uh, as per your understanding of the concept. Let us see some words given here, or terms given here: muscular, contact, non-contact, gravity, friction, shape, attraction. So what most suitable we will fit into. To stretch the bow, the archer applies a force that causes a change in its dash. Will bring a change in its shape. Next one, the force applied by the archer to stretch the bow is an example of dash force. Can you guess? Any guesses, children? By now you should understand and try to relate to the concept which you have learned. So what should be the answer over here? Muscular force. See, the type of force responsible for a change in the state of motion of the arrow is an example of a dash force. So the type of force responsible for a change in the state of motion of the arrow is an example of dash force. Any guesses there, children? Yeah, is a contact force. You have learned muscular force under contact force. So muscular you have already used. So now contact force you will use from the list of the words or the terms given to you. Now D, while the arrow moves towards its target, the forces acting on it are due to dash, and that due to dash of air. While the arrow moves towards its target, the forces acting on it are due to dash. What should we? Due to gravity. The forces acting on it are due to gravity, and that due to friction of air. So both work together. Anything in the air, gravity will work, and the friction of air also we had discussed when we have discussed the aeroplane in the air, that time with the picture I have explained. So this is the answers. Please do write the statement along with the correct answer and underline the correct answer. In the following situations, identify the agent exerting the force and the object on which it acts. State the effect of the force in each case. Now here you have to identify the agent exerting the force and the object on which it acts. State the effect of the force in each case. What will happen if that force is applied? So in first one, squeezing a piece of lemon between the fingers to extract its juice. So let us see the answer. We make a muscular force to extract the juice of the lemon by squeezing it. Do you agree? Yes, muscular force is used. As a result, the shape of the lemons get changed. So that will bring a change. The effect will be the change in the shape of the lemon. Why? When you are squeezing it, you are removing all the lemon juice, and then the shape will definitely change. It will get squeezed. So next one, taking out toothpaste from a toothpaste tube. What you do? To take out toothpaste from a toothpaste tube, we use a muscular force. Do you all agree? Early in the morning, though we feel very lazy, then too we have some amount of force, muscular force, to at least remove a toothpaste. Do you agree or not, children? Yes. So the muscular force is applied on the toothpaste, which will lead to change in the shape of the uh, toothpaste tube. This is very simple. This you everyone does this every morning. So everyone brush their teeth early in the morning. Now we will see a load suspended from a spring while its other end is on hook fixed to a wall. So a load is suspended from a spring while its other end is on a hook fixed to a wall. Let us see the answer for this. See, here the suspended load exerts a force on the spring. Do you all agree? Here the suspended load will exert a force on the spring and the pushes the spring downwards. So spring will be pushed downwards. As a result, the springs get stretched. Hence, its shapes get changed. So a spring, you just put some load on it on one end and you try to hold it. It will get stretched because the force acting on it, it will act downwards. It will get stretched. You can try yourself at home with some spring you will have, and try with some load. Then next one, D. An athlete making a high jump to clear the bar at certain height. So let us see the answer for this. The feet of the athlete exert the muscular force on the ground. You can see the athlete, the feet very firm on the ground. So when the athlete exert the muscular force on the ground, which pushes the ground, though the ground will not move, but it says that pushes the ground means a very firm hold or grip on the ground. This allow him to jump over the bar. Unless you have that muscular force, it will not allow. So you need lots of practice to do this. As a sports person, you must be realizing this. You all are going for sports, and you know how athlete need good stamina and muscular force to jump over the bar. So as a result, this his state of motions get changed. We have discussed the answer for question 5 as well. I hope you are writing in your notebook, children. We will continue with the textual exercise in our next session as well, children. Thank you and have a wonderful day.